Okay, hello everyone. Just to introduce ourselves again, we are the Student Support Tutors. We are going to follow on from what Gudrun said, a bit more background from our point of view about what a Student Support Tutor is and what we do. But first I'd like to introduce the team today. Tangier, who's an international final year student in accounting and finance. Robin, who could not be here today, but she helped out with the presentation, who's a business and marketing student. Blue, who's a final year international business with Chinese student, who's actually spent time in China. John, who's a final year business studies student, and Solvega, who couldn't be here today, who's an international student studying business economics. And my name's Grace, and I'm a product design student in my final year. Just to say, we all do come from different backgrounds. Most of them are part of the business school, but I'm from ACES. Our motivation for being student support tutors comes from a different places, I think, but we all appreciate and understand what it's like to be an international student and the challenges that they face. We've tried to define what a student support tutor is, but we found it a little difficult because at times we were a teacher, at times we were a friend, sometimes we were a guide to Sheffield. We really responded to what the students needed, but this threw up some issues with the fact that we are employed by the university and we are a tutor, but at the same time we're trying to be friends with them, but we don't want to overstep that boundary. So for some things it was problematic, but as a whole I think we handled our relationship to the students very well. So again, what does a student support tutor do? We were basically given 2 hours a week seminar time, contact time with the students, and an hour's prep. So we were employed to deliver, like Gudrun said, English language skills, vocabulary skills, and business etiquette, but promote confidence with the students. So that's basically what we're going to talk to you about. I'm going to hand over to Tangier, who's going to introduce in more depth the context of the educational side.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. I'm Tangier, as she mentioned before. I'm going to talk about the seminar structure and the contents we have covered in the seminars. Okay, seminars were 2-hour session. First hour was discussion materials provided by Gudrun. The second hour was based on exercises and mixture of different other materials. The most engaging activity was young apprentice activities. In the particular seminars, we watched an episode of Young Apprentice together. We're trying to do some activities as well. And another one is research help assisted by the other staff, because most of the students, they don't know how to carry effective research. So it was quite helpful to get company information and data and other academic research through Library Gateway. Okay, this is some contents we have covered. As information provided, business etiquette, where we try to help them how to behave in academic friendly behaviors, because that acceptance of such behaviors may differ in UK to China. Group debate, which is very appreciating. I will give an example later on the presentation slides. Negotiation skills, how to express your opinions, agree, disagreement, being neutral, or how to persuade someone to join your argument. Product and service innovations, which comes from young apprentice. Information such as I mentioned before, and business recovery. In this particular area, we tried to tailor the seminars to their needs. Basically, we tried to help them with business and finance, because as you know, they are from the financial business background. So we tried to explain some keywords which should help them in other modules as well, and practical business skills. And here's some this is our own initiative to help them and who should have benefited them in future as well. Accents, because as international students, so am I, we find it pretty hard to pick up the accents, so we try to help them as much as we can in accent area. We talked about Olympic Games in UK and in China, how they differ, Christmas and Halloween party. My colleague will be talking about more about that later on. Music and youth culture, how the culture has been changed over decades in UK and all around the world. Sheffield, around the places around the Sheffield where they can visit it in spare time, and news reporting, where we try to encourage them to listen to music, watch BBC News, so that can increase their vocabulary and to help them in communication skills. From the feedback, we found that the students are quite interested in these following areas: presentation skills, which help them to increase confidence, listening, communication, and professional skills. In this particular area, obviously we can't help them in the contents, but we try to help them lay out in presentation, how to do headings, to put bullet point instead of a chunk of text, so, and the target audience who they are presenting to, so they are presented accordingly. And the negotiation skills, as I mentioned, which is come from debating, letters, formal and informal, how to write a letter, academic letter, and writing to a friend, so where the important heading is going to be, and basically the layout of the letters, and referencing, which is very important. We should have been in the first place. Okay, because most of the students, they have very good assignment, but they lose marks importantly on the referencing. They don't know how to do referencing because it very, as I mentioned before, the academic style is different, assessment style different in UK and China. They don't know really how to reference things. So we try as much as we can have a different style so they get the extra mark. And here is one of the most important topic and very much appreciated. The debate topic was, should the university assess the students only by exams or the combination of both coursework and exam? And the students tend to focus on the first bit, but it was quite good argument, both counter-attack, but they preferred exam because in UK, in China, they assess basically on exam, so whatever they do in a year, they do an exam. And in UK, they find pretty hard to tackle the science assessment, but there is a both rational argument on both sides. Okay, I'll pass it to my colleague Wilson. She'll talk about more about it.